Hello everyone and welcome back. It's me, Trophy Wife, and today we're going to continue our playthrough of SCP Secret Files. So let's just go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on at the other sites. An abnormal incident occurred within Site 13. We already saw that. Nothing changed. Oh, okay, this one I think is different. Dr. Martinez on Site 46 was greeted by an unusual sight this morning of an instance of SCP-1879-2 at his office door. After opening said door and not alarming Foundation staff, he bought a candy bar in exchange for a clip, which turned out to be a paper clip from his office desk. The Five Council will take this moment to remind everyone that SCP-1879 is not an office salesman and that deals should never be accepted if proposed. However sweet they may appear, it is not worth the cleanup crew. We saw that one. Let's see if there's anything new here. And we saw that one. So there's nothing else new besides the one. So let's see what else is going on. 421. Object is an irregular clay pot with the height of 23 centimeters and a diameter of 28 centimeters, but do not be fooled by its appearance. It is an organism, a womb. Yes, an earthen wound. SCP-660 may be safely stored in a standard safe deposit box, provided its mouth remains covered with an inert Perspex disc and sealed with a tamper-proof tape. Log of tests involving human experiences with 660. Lab report 660A. Sample conditions: skin flap harvested from the left thigh of a cadaver on D612. Donor was healthy in all respects prior to death. Sample used tissue sample left by 660 for 2 months duration. Results: daily biopsies indicated viability of the sample. Cell samples taken from the tissue graft are cultured in vitro, revealing a disposition towards precancerous and cancerous growth. Skin flap harvest from left thigh of D612. Skin tissue sample left by 660 for 2 month duration, then grafted on the torso of D-class personnel with the second and third degree burns. The recipient's anomaly tested recorded that no conditions with 660. The tissue graft takes without complication, healing according to a usual steps of adherring serum, intubation, and revascularization. However, as it is common with severe burn cases, the compromised skin barrier led to infection and eventually septic shock. Post-mortem biopsy and analysis indicated the skin graft would have returned to full histological structure and function had the reception survived. Live member of musculus house mouse acquired for laboratory testing by the use. The consciousness of D614 was implanted into the specimen. D614 was chosen for this demonstrated resistance to the negative effect of prolonged isolation and sensory deprivation. Specimen left in 660 for 2 month duration was incapable of restoring 614's consciousness to its original body after removing 660. A computer interface was developed in the facility. Two-way communication with D614. An interview was conducted. 614 was familiarized. Okay, I'm going to stop reading all this. We're just going to go into it. Oh. Oh, I was hoping we were going to go in. Well, it sounds like... Oh. Submit. Ooh, 143A Euclid class. The trees were grown on site from saplings containing from perennial plants located in Nara Prefecture, Japan in 1905. The parent trees were owned by a family of traditionalist swordsmen claimed to be descending from legendary sword maker named Amikuni. They referred to the original tree as Jinko no Kadachi. Okay, if I butcher anything, I'm sorry. Or the Bladewood Grove. It is from them that the Foundation gained the techniques to cut the work and wood the petals into serviceable items. SCP-143 withstands temperature of 1800 Celsius. The weight to strength ratio surpasses even that of titanium, being 15% lighter than aluminum. Both are notoriously difficult to work with due to their properties. High temperatures, upwards of 1500 Celsius, separated pieces are capable of being fused together. What did I miss? Oh, I think I missed that one. Testing phase 8, 800 yen entered for... Which SCP are we doing? Notes, SCP-261, safety regulations. Stipulates that 261 may be used a maximum of 10 times per 24-hour period with no transactional value exceeding the equivalent of 500 Japanese yen. However, in the view of necessity, the experiment the Foundation has approved. Dr. Blank requests to use SCP at high frequency, Coke Zero, a can of Diet Coke packaged in English. So did he just buy... It looks like he bought normal stuff with it. Concludes, it was either food or drinks, nothing else. How awful. Let's call it an end. So it just gives us things we want. Alright. No task, so I finished that. Let's see what our friends... Zoe, it's 5 minutes to 4 o'clock now. Just about ready. Gent, you're not coming? Nah. Doesn't suit me. What are you talking about, guys? Aren't you forgetting someone? Let's see what they're talking about. Hi, Carl. We're going to attend the monthly lecture. Monthly lecture? Each month, the Foundation invites someone famous to hold a lecture to share new knowledge and insights partnered with SCP. For this month's lecture, they invited Dr. Trover. He holds a high reputation within the Foundation. Interesting. Count me in. Okay, let's go. Count me in. I'll send you the link to the monthly lecture in just a second. Notice this course you are signing up for is about to begin. Please join the meeting. Ooh, which one is it? This one. Dr. Daniel Trevor. Dance and Dragon. Ooh, I think I know what this one is. If it's the, like, paper mache dragons. I guess we'll see in a minute. But if it is, I always like that one. Let's get started, shall we? Ooh.
There are many stories in this world. Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel.
Am I Daniel?
One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox.
Never had those.
It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Why was he living
Mr. Daniel,
in the attic?
while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you practice well and prepare for next
He doesn't look like a
month's art
strawberry.
festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
Oh. D?
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
Is it the flute? Oh no, what is this? ASDF space. This is not what I expected. Now I know I hit those right.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
It's dragons.
Daniel decided to go over and take a look.
Oh, am I playing now? Oh, I am. I'll look at it in a second. But I don't get, am I living on the couch or in the tent?
It was a mousetrap,
I got
and
a
there
dragon.
was a red origami paper dragon inside of it. Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged. But Daniel found a way to repair it.
I love this one. It's so cheerful. Choose items to repair the dragon. We could staple it. I don't know what the pen would do. Attack wouldn't really do anything. No? Well, then what am I doing? Oh. Huh.
Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
This one's so much brighter than the other ones were.
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
What interesting news, I guess.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it.
Oh, I just love it. It's so cute. Oh.
Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it. Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully.
It's the dragon.
It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea.
Am I going to make another one?
He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune.
Oh no, not again. I mean, I've gotten really good at playing the penny whistle. And then I just screwed it all up.
The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much.
Messed up so bad.
It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends. The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips.
Here lies dragons. Oh. Oh no, I thought bot lies. Here be dragons.
Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter.
Oh, kitty.
Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke, Mrs. Jessica's pet. He doesn't like rainy days or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages for his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel.
So
What's
you
your
mean
name?
to tell me Daniel doesn't have real friends?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
I feel
Let's
like he'd
play
break a
cat.
window. How do you do that? Oh gosh. Hold E to charge. What? How does it? I'd rather not break a window. Yeah! I didn't even throw it far.
But just as they were in the middle of
We broke a
enjoying
window.
themselves, a violent shaking
Oh.
suddenly rose from the ground.
We did break a window.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved
Aw.
the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle day in and day out.
Poor Daniel. He ain't got no real friends.
As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother. One day, the box suddenly began to move.
Huh?
Did the dragon die?
1,
Oh.
2, 3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics. They clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded.
Oh no.
He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once.
Are my stickers over here? Or did I just pick up a dragon? The poor dragons.
Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box. The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragon.
This one's so happy
flying in
compared to the
unison.
other ones.
The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
Oh, good. I'm not that great. Okay, I'm hitting it. It's just not registering. I'm just never gonna get good at this.
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons.
What? A bunny. Oh, am I playing? No, I'm not playing. Oh, and they look real here.
The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
So colorful.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense.
And they don't ever come back,
We will
right?
have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
Not the dragons.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again. A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered.
He never
He could
looked like
now
he had
play the penny
chickenpox to
whistle
begin with.
very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned.
Put in the bag. Penny whistle. Oh.
Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons.
What do I do? There's so many of them, and they're dying. I thought I'd save more than this. Oh no!
But the paper balls swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura.
The earthquake is growing stronger, now with a magnitude of 7.1. Heaven almighty, are we doomed?
The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragon struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliantly. Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is growing stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what.
Me neither.
Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star.
Ooh, pretty.
At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
The huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons.
Aw, that's so sad.
Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
No. We can still fix them. We can at least make one. If you use lots of tape. Oh, okay, this would be a corner. Yeah.
Goodbye, my friend.
Oh, they're gone.
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to play again.
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a penny whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Aw. Oh, not again. Hopefully this isn't copyright, because if it is, oh. Okay, I'm really trying. The more you know.
And that's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
I like that one. Even though there wasn't much interaction going on with that one. SCP 1762. All right, everybody. I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed this one. This one was more on the lighter side and not so much horror-y. Whatever. Scary like the other ones. I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!